Canadian Travel Mongers are starting our epic trip to Cuba. It's a country frozen in time. It's historic, its architecture is beautiful, and we're going with another great group of people. The rest of the Canadian Travel Mongers right here.
Would you like another Long Island?
Hey, welcome to Cuba. I'm on my 6th smoke in 4 minutes. Got a little catching up to do. He's offered me a mojito, but we got hope. The girl's getting some money, so we'll buy a mojito right away.
We're getting into our pre-arranged taxi, so we didn't have to dick around and figure out a taxi to Havana. Here we go. Last one.
Congratulations again, dude. On our way to Havana. Glenn's already asked 4 times where we can get a cold beer. No black eye for Glenn yet. Working on it.
We will be spending 10 days in total in Cuba, and our first 4 nights we are at a cute little 3rd floor, 4-bedroom Airbnb right in the heart of Old Havana, just off a small square called Plaza del Cristo that had a lively atmosphere and, more importantly, a small mercado to purchase beer and rum. See what I mean? Great location for action. And of course, Glenn had to check out the cars. Not shy about asking to see under his hood either.
Wow, Toyota engine just snugged right in.
We have 1950s cars, $1.50 beers. We got, I don't know what else we got. I have only been here 3 hours.
Day 2, a little foggy from last night. That art gallery is unbelievable. There must have been, 2,000 people in this bar. 20 different rooms, art everywhere, fashion show in there.
Kelly already managed to insult the designer of the fashion show, who was standing right behind us, saying that he could sew as well as that.
And then that band was awesome, 12-piece band. Led by the drummer. How many bands are led by a drummer? And now we're gonna go on a food tour. We got this coffee that spoon stands straight up in. Freaking hot. I'm gonna chew on it a bit. Excellent coffee. And yeah, let's go. Day 2. Woo!
Everything that you taste is all locally made. It's organic. And the way we actually do it, of course, you do it the way you like it. We place the butter on top of the toast and we dip it in the coffee with milk.
Like
we dip it. Yeah, we dip it and we bite it.
This is Anna from Food Tours Havana, and we are on a private food/walking history tour that we had arranged ahead of time, learning about the ration program that is still in place today.
This belongs to my mom's. So it has my mom's name, my sister's name, and my father's name. All the 3 people that lived in the house. And every person individually gets a specific rations. Gets 6 pounds of rice every month, 3 pounds of sugar, brown and white sugar, salt.
The tour ran about 3.5 hours, hitting all of the major significant plazas in Old Havana. Anna was a wealth of knowledge and very passionate about her culture and country.
You see a stand, and that is all you're going to see. You won't find a second one just like this one. And this one won't move. It's always going to be in the same place. Why? Precisely because I told you about the Havana's Historian Office. That's the entity in charge of everything in Old Havana. So basically, everybody that wants to open up a new business needs to apply for a license, and he needs to be very specific of where it's going to place his stand, or where it's going to be a restaurant, or whatever kind of business. So these guys are always going to be here. Now, the churro itself is really easy to make. The dough is prepared with flour, water, and if available vanilla, a hint of salt, hint of sugar. You can add egg to soften it up a little bit. It's up to you. Now, then the dough is placed in this machine that makes the decorative indentations, and then it's fried on really hot vegetable oil.
There's nothing better than street food, and you have got to try churros if you get a chance. There are different kinds, but they basically are all delicious deep-fried dough. Private businesses, such as this guy, are finally allowed, which has increased the diversity and quality of everything from restaurants, accommodations, and tours. We had amazing food everywhere we went.
And you can get it with milk?
Yes, condensed milk.
The architecture in Old Havana is worth the visit, especially if you give yourself a few days here. There is so much to see, and historic buildings are often turned into luxurious hotels.
Price, but it's not one of the tallest price. I mean, it's,
And you can safely walk anywhere in Cuba. The people are so friendly.
in Old Havana,
Next on tour is a neighborhood market.
plantains, plantains is not a fruit, it's not a vegetable. I don't even know what that is because you can't eat it raw, so it's not a fruit, it's not a vegetable, it's just plantain. But it's a must in the Cuban cuisine. It's amazing. You can do a lot of things with it. You can have them when it's green, when it's ripe. You can use it for making tostones when it's green. Tostones, you know what is tostones? Tostones is when you take the plantain while it's still green, cut it in thick pieces like this, fry it a little bit in medium heated oil, take it out, smash it, and then fry it again on really hot oil. Really tasty. Some people like to, when you smash it, some people like to smash it with garlic. And goes perfectly well with that. Yes. Because it has the four main ingredients of an egg. First, it's pure instead of water. Second, has
I don't think I've ever licked one. Not favorite line.
questions?
Plantain, you said, must be cooked?
Yes.
You don't eat raw?
No.
Okay.
On to another stop by the Cathedral Plaza for some lobster and mojitos. Definitely a favorite drink on the trip, and hard to replicate back home, as the plant, commonly substituted with mint, just isn't sold here.
There's my coming back to life.
He is coming back to life.
What did your husband do last night?
Too much drinking. Way too much drinking. And he said he wasn't going to. But it was really fun. So it was worth it.
The cathedral is the most visited site in Old Havana, and you can see why.
This is the square where you can actually see how different religions coexist. I will show you why. Yoruba religion comes from our African roots, and it's mostly known as Santeria.
Yeah.
Some people mistake it for voodoo and things like that. Now, basically, today, as I said, our entire culture, religion as well, is composed by these two main influences. Catholic and Yoruba religion are the two main religions in Cuba right now. I will dare to say that today there is even more people that believe in the Yoruba religion than Catholics.
Havana Cathedral, located in the historic center, was declared by UNESCO in 1982 as a national heritage. It's free to enter. There are about 5 main plazas throughout Old Havana, with a number of smaller ones, like the one by our Casa Particular. That is what B&Bs are called in Cuba. and a more economical way to travel. Maybe a third of the cost of hotels. Plus you have the option to have breakfast made for you for a fee, which we did a few times and it was so good. The tour doesn't overstuff you, and walking between the different locations works up your appetite. Second last stop is to the second floor of this restaurant with food that is typical everyday food and delicious. And we really enjoyed the musicians.
Let's say you want to import clothes.
Pulled beef and rice and beans and plantains. Very good. Eh? We just finished our food walking tour and we're heading back to the room. It was a great tour. We hit, 5 places, 4 plazas. Just finished off with some great ice cream, and Anna was great.